Removal tonight. Bees are up in the roof here on the corner. Should be a relatively simple removal. They've been there for no more than 8 weeks. So I don't think it'll be a big colony, but I was here for an inspection the other day and they were pretty aggressive. So again, we're doing it at night. We hope they're not going to get too bothered by us, and then we're going to take them to farm.
You want to smoke or not? You want to just cut and then see?
Just want to cut and see. Yeah, they're already starting to come out. Do you want to get the smoker going? I'm just making a small sort of hole at the moment to see if they're on either side of this beam. Okay, found them. They seem to be a bit beyond this wall.
How big a colony?
I'm seeing about 4 or so pieces of comb. There's a high possibility that they're going to be running. It's just difficult. Usually I can stick my head through these, but there's a very tight space I'm going to be working in. The comb dropped. It's way too malleable and heavy as hell because there's a lot of resources in it. And on the other side of this wall, it dips a little lower. And so now I can't reach there and I can't see in there.
You need to climb on the roof and go through the tiles.
Maybe.
Then you have to go through the black stuff that's on the tiles.
I'm kind of going through the black stuff.
During removals, we try and get all the brood out of the nest, and then we place that brood into the box that the bees will be going into, and this way it makes it feel like home away from home for them. We put the brood onto the frame and then we attach it with some elastic bands. These elastics the bees will break and take out of the hive at a later stage once the comb has been attached to the frame. And then we score where the wires are and try and get the wires into the center of the comb. This way we can make sure that the comb is nicely centered in the middle of the frame and there won't be any cross building when we have the frames next to each other in the box. Each individual piece of comb is being taken carefully from the nest. It's then examined to assess what sort of brood pattern there is and also what kind of resources are stored in the comb. And then another important note when putting your comb onto the frame is to make sure it's exactly the same orientation as what it was in the nest. So the top is at the top of the frame, of course. The reason for this is the cells are not built perpendicular to the ground. They have a slight slant to them. We try not to have the comb out for too long periods of time. We don't like the brood to get cold. The bees tend to reject it if the brood gets too cold. You'll also notice the absence of a honey crown on this comb, and the reason we leave it off is if the honey crown gets damaged, then honey drips down over the brood, and then the brood is at risk of suffocating. So as we were working here, the bees were running up in the roof. So that's why Ethan had to get on the roof, and he was going to the top of the roof and working his way down. That's why it took us a bit longer, otherwise we would have been done at least an hour or so ago.
Looks good from the bottom.
Put those 4 frames here.
Nice. How big is this colony?
Pretty big colony in my opinion.
Nice. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Oh.